2 of the first day of the June 21st tournament. This match is between Piltover's Porkers and Demacia, now and forever. Casting this match will be summoners Barnaby Jones and Lord Clifton.
Hey guys, it's 1 o'clock Pacific time here in California. I'm feeling pretty good. The weather's definitely a lot more cheerful than it was a couple hours ago.
Yes it is, and now everyone is flaming me because I would say I'd eat a poro. There's nothing wrong with eating a poro. Who doesn't like a poro steak? I quite enjoy poro steaks.
Wow, a poro steak. Well, okay, I wouldn't quite go there. My thought is poros, they're made of love, right? So why would you eat them?
Why not? Because they're delicious little monsters that deserve. And going on as we're going to be seeing the picks out now, I'm kind of watching everyone flaming me for how I say I will devour poros and watch them end their life. But going on, so we have the bands coming out: Trendemir, Aurelia, Talon. Little, 5th grade humor right there. And then we have Cassiopeia, Lysandra, and Graves.
CLG.
CLG, #1 right now in NA. Whoop, whoop. Had to get that out there a little bit. But going onward now with the picks for the, I want to say Bandle City, but it's going to end up being Piltover, even though they have 90% Yordles right now. We have the Lulu for Sergeant Porkchop. We have the Corky for Maxman. We have Elite Tristan playing Jace. Pally Pal, yeah, sure. Playing Oriana, and then we have Nan on the Vi. So kind of everything a little bit the same. Instead of an Ezreal, we will be getting a Corky, so that might be something interesting. And instead of Ziggs, we will be having our Robot Lady. Going on with 2 instant locks because they knew what they wanted. Aurelia bot playing Jarvan, Kaden playing Vayne, Cross, Zark. Sure, we're gonna go with Zark. So a little bit of Russian name right there. Playing Kale, Big Mike on Galio, and Taven playing Leona. So no change at all from the Demacian team.
Why should you? In my opinion, it's the same thing. Now, does that mean that Kale is jungle again?
Yes. They left everything the exact same. Yep, Demacia left everything the exact same they were gonna be. As we had stated, everything will be left the same on Bandle City side, or not Bandle City, Piltover, those 2 Yordles in the beginning. But, yeah, instead, we will be seeing a Oriana in the mid and a Corky as the ADC. So that's the only switch up between the left. But, they're all, still hating on how I would eat a Poro there.
Someone compared a Poro to Shrek.
I know.
I thought Shrek was a green monster.
He was a green monster, but if he is Shrek, they deserve to be eaten then.
Too funny.
Oh, look at everyone. There is nothing wrong with wanting to eat a Poro. They are quite delicious. They have fur, so that will allow me to eat enough of them, skin them, and then have a nice furry coat that I can bring back to the rest of my Zon teammates, and they can all have nice furry Poro coats. We can use the horns to make goblets to drink out of, and they are delicious and full of protein.
Moving back to this game, though, before we get lost too much, what do you think? What do you think the early strategies are going to be from Piltover's and Demacia's side?
Demacia is going to be the same as always. Wait for Leona to, drop that solar flare. Jarvan jumps in, Galio follows up, Vayne and Kale in the back, just destroying everything that they. And then with the Piltover now, still have, if Jace does to the sky to jump in, or what more likely is going to happen now is Vi's going to jump in with that Vault Breaker, Assault and Battery. Oriana's going to put the ball on Vi. She'll do her ultimate shockwave, pull all 5 of them in, and once all 5 are in, Lulu's gonna drop her ultimate, knock up all 5. Meanwhile, Jace and Corky are in the back just berating them with damage. Because if Jace drops off the static field, starts hitting on people, and if Corki has a black cleaver, I'm pretty sure Jace will get a black cleaver also, and he drops down his Gatling gun, that's just going to be a lot of armor shred. And those two will just be able to drop a lot of damage. Meanwhile, while they're all pulled in and knocked up, Oriana's going to be able to drop out her shockwave? No, distortion. That's what it is. Distortion. And have that little bit of AoE magic damage, because they'll all be stuck right there and just take a lot of damage.
Yeah, her shockwave will obviously bring everyone in there to do that. At the same time, I actually liked the Ziggs pick, because, you know, Kayle, particularly once she's gotten to her mid or late game, she starts doing crazy amounts of damage. And Ziggs has this huge AoE damage on everyone who's obviously going in. You've got Jarvan, you've got Leona, you've got Galio who has to dive the person, you know, before he uses his idol. Oh well.
Oh, well, indeed. So, we are getting into the game in 4, 3, 2, 1, and the game has started.
Alright.
Alright.
So now back to skins.
And
Hopefully
Boros.
this time Kayle has a skin, maybe?
Hopefully. Most likely not, because unless he wins about one within the last, like, minute of waiting.
Too funny. Looks like the same skins on Demacia's side. For Piltover, you've got Sergeant Porkchop with Winter Wonder Lulu. It's a great skin on her. Mixism's got a not too... It's sort of a rare skin. Hot Rod Corki. Looks really nice in game. You've got Jace with Elite Tristan. Pally Pal with a regular Oriana skin. And Nan with a regular Vi skin.
Bunch of boring people besides the first two right there. But,
I don't know. Vi's skin, her regular skin, is kind of cool.
You have that Winter Wonder Lulu there. Nothing more enjoyable than turning someone into a Poro. Or no, it turns them into a snowman.
And see, that's the other thing. Lulu, because it's Winter Wonder Lulu, she has Poros around her.
Yes, and somebody will come over and eat those and enjoy quite a tasty meal from Lulu.
Probably Vayne.
So you want it to be awesome is if that, like, when Braum and Lulu, like, ran next to each other, if Braum had a Poro snack and he could feed Pix, and Pix would run around with a giant mustache all the time.
I don't think you'd do that, though.
Why not? It's a flying Poro. So now you've got this Poro with wings and a giant mustache. You know how amazing that would look? Like, just it'd be BAMF status. That's what that would be.
I guess. We have a heal on Corki, which is... Heal's now classic. But I'm looking at Jace.
Jace with the heal
He
instead
chose
of
to go a
teleport.
heal. And, you know, Jarvan has his Ignite. That should be pretty close.
Little interesting that he's gonna go with a heal instead. He was rocking teleport for a little bit, but he does switch it up. So that will be something interesting to see on bot lane.
I guess he's fearing the Kayle. I guess.
That could be something. It is something that since it does give a speed up, if Jarvan does jump in, he gets his Demacian standard with the Dragon Strike. That will be a knockup right there. And then if he drops his Golden Aegis and gets that slow on Jace, and then Kayle's there and happens to drop her Reckoning, which is the Q, Jace will be severely slowed down and not be able to run. So he can pop heal right then and there and get that speed up and get away in time.
That's true. But my
And he
thought
will
is,
have
if
accelerated gate.
Kale's on you, though, my thought, Barnaby, would be that you're already dead, though.
Not if you have that heal and or that accelerated gate, you're able to get away in time. That is a speed up buff, because he can use accelerated gate, get behind it, turn around, shockwave, get that 3 auto attack, switch into hammer mode, drop on to the skies in a static field and try to kill her in time. So that can be a quick flip around that he can do right there. After you use that heal to get away from both of them.
Looking at the chat again, someone suggested a new Bandle City project. Because, you know, Bandle City, much like a lot of the other factions, they've been completing their events. And they were suggesting I have Poro Hitman.
Poro Hitman. That would be more of a Freljord project, in all honesty. You would have to probably get like, I would say Nunu or Braum. Well, Braum isn't really into the Hitman status though. Nunu is more about snowball making and stuff. I don't know who you would get to be a Poro Hitman project.
One of the Poros, of course.
You
and
can't
see, that's
recruit
also...
a Poro to be on your team.
Who would ever suspect a Poro?
I would suspect a Poro, because after I get done eating him and realize he had a gun, the Hitman me, I'd be like, sweet, I just got a free weapon.
That's an excellent point.
Or Zahn will capture that Poro and then mutate it with Void Energy, and now you have Voidling Poro Hitmen. You know how screwed the whole world would be?
Is that a formal announcement of Winter Wonderland Malzahar?
Yes, Winter Wonderland Malzahar. His Voidlings will become Poros that have like tentacles like spawning out of them, crawling around and like beating stuff. Can you imagine the death that comes from that? Like, just imagine that right now. See, I just turned something that's lovable and cute into something that's scary and needs to die.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Because Poros are disgusting little creatures in life.
Jarvan decided to get 2 Revolution beads. There's a classic early build start I haven't seen in a long time.
That's a very long time since the last time I've seen that one. That would be,
When Warmogs was OP.
Yeah, when Warmogs was big, that's when you used to see that. But a Tiamat on Jarvan is still just as good. Lulu, oh, there's that sweeper lens, and Galio's ward will get spotted and taken out. Yeah, Tiamat Rush on Jarvan is actually still pretty good, so that's probably what he's going to be aiming. As expected, Lulu grabbing out the Spell Thief Edge, and Leona with the Relic Shield. 2 items that were expected to happen.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, I kind of think that Jarvan, he's gonna be aggressive because he knows again that Jace doesn't have that ignite.
Yeah, there is that.
Ton of harass.
There is that to look forward to. Something that I've been noticing a lot of Jarvan's been doing now lately is they'll actually take Dragon Strike and level that up first before they level up the Demacian stand. It'll be something interesting. If he wants to go aggressive, he'll level up Dragon Strike. If he just wants to go that passive and just sit there, then he'll level up Demacian stand.
Yeah, we'll see. Early game is going as expected. Vi decided to start red buff. I don't know if she wants to have an early gank. It'd be an ideal time at this point.
It is a little interesting. She is going to be starting red, but she's probably looking at getting that gank early on Jarvan. That's probably what they're going to be aiming for. Start that red, get that blue. Meanwhile, Big Mike getting poked down in mid lane pretty hard by Orianna.
Yeah, Orianna's gonna do that early game. You know, Galio, he has his resolute smite, but it's not as effective as say Orianna's Q ball.
Full combo. Yeah, full combo of everything that she can do.
Yeah.
As we expected, there goes Vi already running up towards that top lane. Vi is ahead of Kale for jungle clear time. So she did skip Wolves, and Kale had to skip the Raze. So that's the difference between Corki burning through
Ooh,
that
there
mana
comes a meet between Vi and Kale. Kale's caught off guard. She's getting smashed down a bunch. She's put down really low. There comes out the gate from Jace. It gets a first blood for Vi with a flash.
That was a very good use of the accelerated gate shockwave by Jace to pop enough damage to Kale. If Kale didn't get off that heal in time, Jace would have actually picked up that kill and had double buff right out the gate. Oh, Big Mike falling dangerously low.
That dissonance just doing so much early damage.
Yeah, that is one of the bonuses there. A little surprising, Nan didn't even think about coming around behind to get a good vault breaker and through that wall and hit Galio. But we might be seeing the gank right now in mid lane coming up, but now Carol's also going to be on the other side too.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna. Yeah. Oh, a flash from Vi. I guess he didn't use her flash earlier, but it's gone now. Top lane, Jace. He's beating back Jarvan. Kick him back with his big. I guess you call it a hammer.
Yeah, hammer, the Mercury hammer / Mercury cannon.
I must say though, personally, I would love to have that hammer.
I have a big swinging hammer already. I don't need another one. Do do do.
Anyways.
Anyway, top lane, fight's going on.
Yeah, there's more damage. You see the initial the beads coming out useful for Jarvan. He has enough sustain in the lane that it doesn't really matter what Jace does.
Yeah, that is something that is helping out Jarvan right now, is that sustain. Vi is kind of floating around that mid lane. He does look like she wanted Galio, but it looks like she will be backing off instead.
Too much. Palipal though, he didn't have any mana on him, so there was really no reason for Vi to go up, except maybe. Oh man, he's really pushed really low. Nice smite from Big Mike. Unfortunately, the minion decides to grab him,
Yeah,
so he's not able to chase.
If he had the wind, if he had enough mana to throw it as Gust right there, I'm pretty sure he would have Gust, ran up close enough, get an Ignite out, and possibly even do a flash and auto attack, just to guarantee it.
Yeah. Actually, he should have flashed forward in the first place when he got that Resolute Smite down.
Could have.
But,
I don't think he was expecting he was going to do that much damage.
Yeah. Some of that's because the magic resist in the department is kind of low on both sides, including on Galio, which is a little bit... Oh well. There comes out a gate from Jace, putting a little more harass onto Jarvan. Bot lane is frozen. As expected, Lulu, because I hate playing against Lulus if you're Leona. It's too easy for them to push.
Yeah, they do have that advantage of being able to outpush. But Vayne is doing a great job of getting all those last hits, so that's something that is helping out for her. Looks like Corki will be recalling right now. But Leona doesn't want him to. Leona's gonna take a big damage from Phosphorus Bomb right there. As expected, both mid lanes have the Chalice too.
Although the early fight is going to Orianna. Orianna's heading with a ward, just like Galio, making sure that any of the junglers will be spotted out a lot sooner than later.
Since Kale did get blue buff first, it does look like she's gonna give up this blue buff to Galio. So Galio is now gonna have that blue buff advantage and a Chalice. So gonna have to wait a little bit.
Vi's coming in for a gank. They didn't actually see them from the ward. There comes out the Zenith Blade. It does catch Vi back. She's actually level 6. There comes out the Assault and Battery, perhaps a little too much. She's way too low underneath the tower. Tries to go forward. Nope, not enough. There's a flash from Lulu also. Throws out the heal, trying to get away. Zark is being stopped. Vi... that was an unfortunate part. Oh man, Palipal just came out of nowhere. But
oh, nice flash.
Yeah, Solar Flare from Leona who hit level 6. Probably should have used the Solar Flare earlier, but I don't think they were quite level 6.
She wasn't level 6 yet. They got level 6 right there in the beginning. So what happened was, Nod went a little too deep. That gave Vayne red buff. At that point, Lulu was not getting away. Lulu should have possibly split a little bit farther because J4 and Jace are now fighting. Flash Ignite being used, Jace was able to heal and ignite, and he walks away with 30 health. So he does survive the damage from Jace. Or from Jarvan.
I guess there was some use to that heal after all.
Yes, there was. Ignite doesn't do that much damage in the beginning, so that is something. Going onward though, Vayne got red buff. You're not gonna outrun a Vayne because of her 40%. She gets 40 movement speed when she's chasing an enemy, and now she's got a red buff slow. You're not getting away from her. Lulu should have ran up, whimsied her, and then that way Corki and everyone else could have been safe in time.
Definitely. Oriana's hoping to get a blue buff, maybe? No. She really needs it, though, just in terms of
Cooldown.
cooldown, defending herself. She's having to burn through all of her health potions.
There is
There
that. Galio does have the shield. He can pop the shield when minions start to get a little close. Shield himself, start to heal from that. If Oriana does throw some spells out, he'll be able to heal from that also. Nan will be taking this blue buff this round, so maybe next blue buff Oriana might be able to get it. But right now, Galio has the chalice and a blue buff. He's going to be able to just have a free delight right now in mid lane and do what he wants.
Top lane, it looks like... Oh, first of all, Jace is a little bit aggressive there. He jumps on top of Jarvan, does push him away. I think, though, Jace needs to be careful.
Yeah,
But-
that is something
but he's-
Jace does need to be careful on that top lane.
Vi is hoping for a gank. She does kind of do something to kill
Gale
off.
coming in on bot lane.
Oh yeah, they're coming in the Zenith Blade. Phosphor Fawn just says whatever. No one's really doing any damage. Probably
No
too
one
early. Oh, that was a
J4.
mistake from Jarvan. He went backwards and allowed the gate to be used, which actually adds extra damage to Jace's kit. And he's
To
being
Jarvan.
bullied out of the lane.
Yeah, he's getting bullied out of lane right there. He tried to go a little too hard in on Jace, and it came to backfire him. So there is that to look out for. Galio and Oriana are still doing a little bit of a trade back and forth. Galio is winning the farm lane, though, by 5 CS right now. He's about 20 CS below Jace. Vi coming in, Vi using Assault Battery.
Yeah, the Assault Batter comes out, it catches both members actually. Vayne's gonna go down way too easy from Corki, and there's a double kill. That's gonna add some dominance there. Meanwhile, top lane, Jace is just showing he's way too good. Doesn't have his accelerator gate though to finish off Jarvan. But it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. He's securing a lot of farm. Plus, on top of that, they're actually gonna get a dragon. Oh, I don't know what Kale's doing. She's way out of position. She needs to use her ultimate. There comes out the intervention. Galio has his ultimate, putting down a bunch of members really low, but that's not enough to save him. He goes down so easily. And actually, Lulu picks up the kill.
Lulu does get the kill. Oh, Kale dangerously low right now. Leona gonna try to get in, see if she can do something. Leona is gonna try to 1v3 this right now. Vayne pops ultimate. Vayne uses a tumble. Vayne's got that movement speed buff now. Exhaust coming out right now on Vi. Down goes Lulu. There it is. Vayne trying to use that passive, trying to catch that Corki who does not have mana to Valkyrie away. Flash
Nice
coming out
flash.
with the Zenith Blade. And down goes Corki. So,
That was some good counterplay.
now Jarvan on top lane, trying to get some tussling. He does get it out of Ignite right now. Him and Jace trying to trade back and forth. Oh, Jarvan might get this kill if he does get a Dragon Strike in time. Oh, he misses the
Oh, he
Dragon
missed
Strike.
it.
But Demacia Standard gets it for him.
Yeah, heal's not, just like you said, with that, because it doesn't take away the Grievous Wound, it doesn't do enough.
Yeah, it's not doing enough anymore now that it's not taking away the Grievous Wound. And you're seeing it come out right there. He is winning those fights most of the time until that Ignite does come out, and that's where he does start to lose those fights. Meanwhile, Demacia will be getting the first tower on bot lane. So,
A lot of good,
a lot of plays everywhere there.
well, Vi is actually coming on to Jarvan. He stayed up a little too tall, but you see the rejuvenation beads. Oh, actually, the red buffs put him down really low. Assault Battery is up for Vi. She comes in, sort of kind of dashes forward, It's gonna be enough for a kill. There's an easy lizard for you because of the passive.
She has the passive and she had a red buff, so she was able to get that slow dot double ways there. So, good use by... She didn't need to get the full Vault Breaker. She didn't need the damage. She just needed to get in assault and battery range, and that's what she did. Quick dash, get in that range, and get them. So, going on, how fights are everywhere right now. We do have Piltover pushing on 2 towers right now. Let's see if we will be able to get some towers in time. Jace does get that tower in time, but now he's going to get caught by Kale, but Accelerate Gate, he'll get away. And a ton of damage on Kale.
So much damage.
Yeah, that was a screw you, Kale. Get away from me. And we have the bot tower almost... It only has 387 health, so when Piltover wants, they can get back in there and finish up that tower in time. So, let's go back to the very first double kill Corky got. Vi dashed in, then Lulu used the ultimate of Wild Growth. So that was, as I expected, that was what's going to happen from their side.
Actually, to break in, Galley Mike's popped so far out, I didn't actually think he would stay there too long. He goes down so quickly to Orianna.
Yeah,
her kit just does so much damage. You know, you were saying as bot lane's being kind of pushed back.
As bot lane's getting pushed back now. That was expected. Vi dash in, Wild Growth. That's something we're gonna need to look for the whole time during this game. That is gonna be one of the main combos. Also with Orianna on top of Vi. The top tower also is at 939 health. So Jarvan's got a little bit to take that one down. Then we swung around and then we saw the Piltover start to try to take the Dragon Pit. Kale got a little too greedy. Kale started taking a lot of damage, so Big Mike flashed in to drop his ultimate to catch everyone and let Kale survive. Then at that point, Piltover got greedy and started chasing up Kale after Galio did die, and then Vayne and Leona were able to follow back up with that Vayne passive, which gives her the Night Hunter, which is 30 movement speed, and be able to catch enemies that she's chasing. Now we do have Demacia pushing in on this mid tower right now. And they will be getting it.
And that's important. Although they're way out of position, Vi comes in. He does actually get a hit on to Big Mike. There comes out the ultimate from Galio Mike. The intervention keeps Mike alive a little longer enough to put its bunch. Well, it's really messy actually right now. There's a double kill for Jace as he comes in, smashing people in. And exhaust on to Vayne makes her not do enough damage. However, wow, okay, what? Is that a quadra kill? I didn't even realize, what the?
Okay, so I'll explain what happened there. You have Vi dashed in. Vi was
kind of
able...
messy, but I didn't realize he got a quadra.
Yeah, he just got a quadra there. So we will be watching the tower fall, and Piltover will be getting this. Vi dashed in. Vi has the Wild Growth on her. As soon as she dashed in, boom, there goes like 2 knockups right there. And then Orianna was able to ulti in everyone, so Galio felt dangerously low then. But as you said, intervention was able to come out and allow Galio to ultimate. But during that time, Jace walked in perfectly and got a 5-man accelerated gate shot. Like, he hit all 5 perfectly. The instantly intervention fall down, Jace did to the skies, landed on Galio, and instantly killed him. Going on then, Vi was trying to stay alive as long as possible. Lulu was trying everything to keep her alive while the damage was coming out there from Orianna. It just wasn't enough. Corky was using Gatling gun, but he just still doesn't have enough damage because he decided he wanted to get a Bloodthirster, and then he got a Sheen, so he's kind of building all over the place. He hasn't built a true item yet, which is hurting him. So, then Jace in the background, as we had said, had done to the sky, landed on Galio. Galio instantly dies. Now he's got a static field going. Then I believed it was Jarvan was low enough, so then he does a
Uh-oh, Pally a little out of position.
Oh, Lulu might be getting caught.
Okay, guess not.
No.
Yeah, and that quadra kill, it allowed Jace, he had 3k on him, so he just immediately bought his last Whisper.
Yeah, he doesn't even have boots yet, but meanwhile, Vi's gonna get caught out.
It's disaster. Not for Piltover, but for... Well, actually, it is for Piltover.
Big Mike with a triple kill. That was, they did everything they needed to do there. There was just no Corky, no Jace. Oh, that Dragon Steel! That was a good missile barrage. That was a big one also. Big one landed, boop, instantly got the dragon. Good use of Corki to hold off of that missile barrage and pick up that kill. So, that would have been a great situation for Piltover if Corki and Jace were both there. They were not there. They were able to get the 5-man Shockwave and the 5-man Lulu knockup. It's just no one else was there to follow it, so Mike was able to flash over, lock down the other 3 that were there. So you lock down Vi, you lock down Lulu, and you lock down Orianna. They all died. Meanwhile, Vayne's in the background just auto-attacking for free reign. And then everyone was dangerously low. Galio's ultimate does pop. So boom, ultimate pops, he kills the one person. And then J4 locked in the other 2. They were point blank. Galio landed a resolution smite, and he got his triple kill.
And now, despite actually that, you know, Demacia, they got the triple kill, they even got the dragon, and they're still down 4k. So you're seeing the effects of those earlier team fights, the quadra kill. Actually, Galio Mike is so out of position. Oh man, Salt and Battery just picks him off so easily after Orianna uses her shockwave.
Yeah, that
He
was
really
2
needs to be
kills
more
that-
careful.
There are 2 Qs that were used right there. There are 2 ultimates. Sorry, not 2 Qs. But 2 ultimates were used, so this might be something that either Demacia wants to try right now, or have to wait for Galio to come back up. That way they do have his ultimate. Meanwhile, Jace might be getting caught out of position here.
Just a little. Xena's Blade is more of used as a defensive measure for Leona.
Yeah, that was more of I'm gonna Zenith Blade to you and try to run away. She did take a lot of damage from Jace. So Jace with that quadra kill, he went and got that last Whisper, and he's starting to build towards that Black Cleaver. So he has a lot of penetration also, and he still does not have boots. The moment he gets that mirror mana, it's gonna be nasty. Jace is gonna become a huge problem for him when that happens.
Definitely. There's going to be a team fight, I think, in mid lane. Piltover is pushing forward. They have all the money like we talked about. They're actually up a 5k gold difference.
So Corki will be now finishing up his Bloodthirster. He does have a pretty decent shield on him, so or he had one. I forgot about this new passive. So that's something to look for. A lot of damage
Wow,
right there
Jace
coming
put
out from
down
Jace.
so much damage. Big Mike
over.
is cut. Yeah, he was just cut down half his health from that gate.
And a big one rocket right there did just drop out about an 1/8 of Vayne's health right there, maybe a little bit more. So that's something that you need to look out for too. They have all the poke. J4 coming in with the Cataclysm.
Yeah, nice Cataclysm. There's the intervention to keep him alive as he's dealing a bunch of damage to everyone. Vi gets caught out of position. There's a double kill from Jace. He does a bunch of damage. He does go down. However, his valiant efforts is enough to get Piltover out of whack, and then there's an easy cleanup. 3-2 trade-off, an ace, and it looks like a turret's gonna go down.
And this is why you don't ignore Vayne. If you ignore Vayne, she will go through a whole team and rip you apart. Galio's ultimate barely even did it. I wouldn't say any damage, because he did have to walk in there, so he did take a lot of base damage. So he was already desperately low when he did run in there. But he was able to get that ultimate, just enough to pull them off for Leona to survive. And then the ultimate did do quite a good chunk of damage when it did detonate, because of how many people were hitting on him. He was able to get a really fast full charge ultimate, or as much base damage as it does get. So that is something that was helping out there for him. So a lot of damage and a resolution smite as he did die. So he drops a lot of damage, even though he had very little health. And Vayne was just in the back and cleaned up everything.
Kudos to Aurelia bot. As soon as he noticed that Piltover, they were grouping up like that, you saw he immediately flash forward, and it just chaos ensued after that. Actually, speaking of which, he gets turned into a little bunny. He's caught off guard. There comes the ultimate from Lulu, gets a knock-up. The intervention keeps him alive despite the shockwave, and Vayne, as we mentioned, is really big, putting down a bunch of damage onto Nan to force him away.
That hurts when you drop that much on a Jarvan and you're not able to kill him. And ultimate coming out from Vayne. She wants it. She's trying to run in. She is going to get Assault and Battery locked down. Galio ultimate keeping them all back now. Vayne is gonna get locked, or Vi's gonna get locked down, so Vayne does survive, so it's a 1-for-1.
But Non is out of position. He dives Vayne, and there's no one there with him.
That is one of the problems with Assault and Battery. And a good use by Galio. Saw that Vi got that deep, or Non got that deep, and he was able to jump forward and lock them all down. Meanwhile, Jarvan wants to rumble and tumble now. There's that Cataclysm.
The 4-man Catalyst! There comes out the Solar Flare, picks off Corki, dead on. Although Jace is able to put a bunch of damage onto Vayne, doesn't matter though. Her Bloodthirster is going to let her heal up a little
Blade
bit.
of the Ruin King.
Blade of the Ruin King, my bad. Yeah.
Bloodthirster
Rotation's going to go around.
Vayne, noob. What a noob getting a Bloodthirster. Getting a Bloodthirster on Vayne, noob. But, yeah, good use. Jarvan's been landing some clutch Cataclysms. He's doing a very good job on that.
Actually, Demacia, they're missing out on Dragon. It turned up right now, and they aren't going to contest it.
And nobody needs a dragon. It's not that important. Corki is going to get an Essence Reaver, so that will be something a little interesting to watch him have. I really think he needs to hurry up and finish up this Triforce. That Essence Reaver, maybe, maybe not. Though Armor Pen with Corki is quite deadly, so Galio might be getting caught out here. He does drop a lot of damage on Lulu, though.
Yeah, but he has his flash, he has his idol. Leona isn't quite around. They're definitely gonna fight for the dragon. Even though it should have been taken by Demacia earlier.
It should have been, but now we are going to be seeing the tussling. Jarvan's going to make it to the party in time. Now would be the time for them to get in there, but it looks like Nana's going to go get that red buff first.
Yeah, might as well. You can give it to Corki actually to help him a little bit of distance. Oh, Leona is taking a bunch of damage for his team, but that's because they're taking Dragon. However, it's a bad idea as Demacia realizes. They jump out. There's a Cataclysm as well as an idol locks of 4 members of Piltover. It's a clean sweep. There's a double kill for Jace. Triple kill for Vayne as well. And that's an ace. The second one of the game.
Vayne is slicing right through him. That's 2 triple kills back to back in the last 2 team fights she's gotten. Jarvan and Galio are doing a great job working together to jump in there, drop all their ultimates, lock up the rest of the team, while Vi, who is the main brute, which is a problem for Vayne, is getting locked down by Leona, Kill, and Vayne. They kill Vi. Yes, Jarvan and Galio are potentially dying, but this is still, the towers are falling. Or not the towers, team fights are going in their advantage because Vayne then has free roam. They're low because of Jarvan and Galio's damage, and Vayne just comes in and cleans it up every time.
Yeah, and that's another problem with the kit that Piltover has. Unless Jace gets those accelerator gates, they don't have enough as the dragon falls. Yeah, they don't have enough poke, and that's kind of like, what? Why? But again,
they're not using their poke to that advantage. They need to poke them down as much as they can. It's not really all their fault though, and why all that poke's not coming out, because great job not letting them get poked down and just jumping in. The moment Jarvan sees something, he immediately jumps in. He's gotten 4-man Cataclysm, 3-man Cataclysms. After laning phase, I don't think I've seen him not at least have 3 people in a single Cataclysm. He's doing a great job realizing when he can jump in, and Leona's doing a great job following up a Solar Flare, allowing Galio to get up and drop out that idol of Duran in time to pick up those kills.
Various rotations going around. There's a lot of wards coming out from Demacia. And that probably played to the previous fight to their advantage as well. Possible Baron scouting maybe for Piltover. They know this game is almost out of reach, despite the fact that the gold is so close. I mean, you have another clean sweep like that, and they're going to push all the way to the end.
Yeah, if not, they're at least getting that, they'll be getting
an inhib and a turret on your Nexus.
Yeah. Most likely. We will have to see here. If they cluster up again, especially if they can get a ward up in that bush next to their tower. Nope, it doesn't look like it's going to come down to that. But accelerated gate, shockwave does miss. Jarvan sees him. Jarvan's gonna go in. There's that cataclysm.
That's the first oh man, 4 members actually are caught by the shockwave. Only 3 get hurt.
Shockwave.
There's no... The shockwave is the ultimate, yeah. There's no follow-up, unfortunately, by Orianna, so she's down an ultimate.
So is Jarvan, though. Jarvan is one of the more bigger lockups that they have. That was a 3-man lockup ultimate. It's just Lulu flashed, Corki used Valkyrie. Meanwhile, Jarvan's about to get caught. He will have to use his movement to go the opposite way. Wow, Corki took a ton of damage just from a whirlwind of Galio. Or a Righteous Gust, that's what it's called.
There's a lot of harass going on. Piltover is content just to put more on it. Vayne's up top, so Demacia needs to be careful.
Yeah, that's something they need to be. But now this is what Piltover needs to be doing. Get towards those towers and just siege, siege, and siege. And just wait. Demacia will get sick of the siege. Either they're going to back off or they're going to try to do a commit. That's all they need to be waiting for. Vayne is going to be trying to split push out these lanes right now while her tower is going to be getting assaulted downward. So, yep, here's that siege poke. And that's what Piltover needs to do to win these fights and win these games, is get a lot of poke, and then Nod needs to jump in and start getting some damage. Looks like everyone's going to wait for their ultimates to come back up before we see the next fight.
Blue buff, I guess, for some reason, it's hidden. It's kind of sort of a ninja right now. Piltover missed an opportunity to deny the blue buff. There's a flash actually from Leona. She uses her solar flare. There comes out Zenith. It grabs a couple members. Jarvan again with his cataclysm, just keeping so many members stuck. Vayne's just easily able to pick up a triple kill. And that's going to be 4 members for just 2 on Demacia's side.
Wow, a lot of damage right there. Orianna is at that point to be able to drop some damage. Vayne needs to be careful. If Vayne uses the heal, Vayne's going to try to chase her down. Decides against it because she will die if she tries to chase down Orianna. Vayne trying to get low. Just get the inhibitor at this point. Take your win where you got it and walk away. But great use of the double ultimates of Cataclysm and Galio's idol. It's just what Demacia's been doing. It's working quite well for him. Get that solar flare, let the fight get going. Jarvan hops in, since he does have very far movement, since he throws stand and does Dragon Strike. Lets him hop quite a good distance, and then Cataclysms to give him even more of a better jump. So, and then Galio just Righteous Gust and gets his movement speed. That is something too. Galio is using Righteous Gust, and Jarvan's running in with it. He's even getting a bigger speed buff, so he really gets deep into their team before all the fighting starts.
Yeah, and Vayne, at this point, she has like 2.4 gold, K gold, 2.4 gold. Yeah.
She's not getting focused down. That's the problem, is nobody's focusing down Vayne. If Vayne gets here's the mirror mana for Jace, so that might be something fun to watch out for. But if Vayne gets a GA, you're not gonna win. Like, I would say not win, but she's not gonna die because people aren't focusing her enough. And I get why they're not focusing her. Jarvan and Galio are doing a great job locking it down. So all they got to do is kill off like Jace and Vi, and then they can turn around. So you got 3 against 2, and then you have 2 holding back like 4 people or 3 people, and then it goes in their favor because Vayne is a monster right now. Vayne is scary.
Her last whisper, she's gonna start creaming through everyone.
Oh yeah, she has the last whisper now, a IE, a Blade of the Ruin King, and a Phantom Dancer. She's gonna rip through people.
Demacia is really wanting this top turret, perhaps to set up their Baron run.
Yeah, that's essentially what they need to do here. Good use by Piltover to recognize that. So now they're going to try to get this mid tower in time. So it's going to be both mids trying to hold back enemy team. Vayne wants it. Vayne is going to get a lot of damage locked down. Jarvan's going to go in for it. There's that Cataclysm. Meanwhile, Galio dropping out the ultimate. And Kayle is still trying to keep her alive. But Orianna does fall to Jarvan. But Galio does go. Maybe Kayle can hold off. Leona deciding to go back and give some moral support.
No, Tristan's so low.
He is low. Now Vayne is recognizing Flash coming out from Vi. Vi trying to run away.
I don't know what Jace is doing. He forgets that Kayle has such a big movement speed from her.
And Jarvan coming to play.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. 3 for 1. And there's
And
nothing this
power
Corki
and
can
it's
do. There's an
gone.
ultimate from Vayne just to scare him off.
Wow, look how much damage that was on one tumble auto attack. And bonk.
Oh, man!
I think I called that, didn't I? As he rolled the auto attack and bonk.
And she just hit legendary, folks.
Yep, she is legendary. That was the problem. No one else was getting on Vayne but Vi, so Vayne was able to get big and get scary. Great use by Jarvan and Vayne to catch down Orianna. Then Leona realized that they had this, so she recalled in time to get back with Kayle. Were the ones defending mid. Yes, they did lose one mid tower, but they didn't lose an inhibitor, which could have happened. Inhibitor tower. And then, and so that was a good play by them to, pick that up in time. So good rotation and be able to basically throw up the whole thing. So either you can push in for the win, or just push out bot and get all 3 inhibitors and basically win the game.
Yeah, they probably should at this point. Because there's no way that Piltover can match them in team fights. You know, so as long as they go together, or as you saw earlier, you know, catch out Orianna.
Going on with
doesn't
the
really
item
matter.
builds here. Kayle has that Rudon Hurricane. That's been something we've been seeing a lot of in the LCS. And Vi will get, or not Vi, yeah, Vi will be getting that ward. But so Kayle is gonna get that Rudon's Hurricane. She has a Naster's Tooth and the Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Now she's dropping a lot of. Oh, meanwhile,
Oh
Gallagher's
dear,
up
Non's
again.
kind of caught out guard. There's a Zenith play from Leona, and perhaps a little too aggressive, but nothing happens of it.
Who cut out who there? Because Demacia almost did a 2v4 match right there.
I'd say
great
Demacia
ultimate.
got caught out, but there was nothing in return, and Zenith play just barely misses thanks to a flash from Pally Pal to keep it away. She's actually really low on mana. Her pools is really low. Demacia's just going to push forward. They decided, forget the Baron, they're just going to push to win, maybe. Corki,
This
meanwhile,
might come back and bite them, but they are going to get this inhibitor. This is what they want next, is to get this inhibitor.
yeah, and then probably push for the Baron after that. And there's the rotation, back up. Yep, towards Baron.
Yeah, as the pings are stating, they want to go up to Baron. This can be safe for them. Leona needs to drop a ward right in that bush, as she did. They did drop the sweeper, so they know they're safe, but they will be walking through another one now. Vayne will be starting it up. Maybe Piltover will be able to get in on time. They have a great ward coverage, though, to get to him. Baron is going to fall in time. Baron will drop. But now we are going to possibly see a fight coming out here. Nope, Piltover's going to be trying to run.
Oh dear,
Kayle
Mix is in
flashing.
huge trouble. There's too many flashes. Just so much damage from Vayne.
All the flashes coming out here. Vayne has a red buff and blue buff with that movement speed passive and ultimate, which gives her more movement speed. And there's the slow and down she goes.
Non just throws down her assault and battery just cuz. And that should be a game.
It should be here. We might be able to see a 3-man defense, but without having that tank jump in. Kayle with a lot of attack speed. Shockwave only gonna hit one person. Lockdown's coming out there.
Cataclysm picks up both members. Pally Pally, he's gonna go down again.
Meanwhile,
Wow.
Kayle just bashing on that tower the whole time, and down it goes. Good play by Demacia. So now Piltover is 1-1, and Demacia is 1-0, and the very next match coming up will be Piltover and Zon. Let us see if Piltover will end up as 1-2 and potentially not be able to make it go on to fight for first and second place. Or if they do get this, they probably are going to solidify themselves and allow themselves to be 2-1 and potentially fight tomorrow for that first and second place.
Indeed, we're going to set up the third match now. I did want to throw in, by the way, if you guys want to take down some notes, the first issue of the Summoner's Herald, which is sort of the factions version of the Journal of Justice, is going to come out this weekend. And I would like to have some sort of match reports or some commentary. So if you have any thoughts about the overall, strategic direction of this match or some highlight plays, jot those down so that we can get them for the paper. Speaking of which, what do you think happened there? What allowed Demacia to win?
No one else jumped on Vayne besides Vi, and Leona was doing a great job appealing. Same thing with Kayle when it did happen. And then you had Aurelia Bot and Big Mike doing a great job locking down the other 3 or 4 people of Piltover so they could not get to Vayne. Vayne was the #1 target, and only like 1 person was getting to her because that is what Vi is meant to do. It's just no one else could follow up because they were too busy getting locked down, and Vayne was able to roll through everything.
And those cataclysms by Jarvan.
Were clutch. Those were amazing cataclysms. Like, as you said, they were just, he did a phenomenal job.
So that's our choice.
Makes sense to me. One thing I was doing there, which I should mention to you, I should probably wait till after, well, whatever, I can tell you on stream, who cares? We're not that professional. I was experimenting with is a little bit of slow motion for the team fights, which is a little bit risky because if we're not all watching the same screen, right? But I think it actually worked out pretty well. I think you guys, I was very impressed by how you guys broke down the fights. In that, honestly, to me, I'm a scrub, and it all looks like a blur of explosions and sounds and so forth. But when I went back and replayed it at like half speed, it was all happening just as you said. You were calling each of those key plays, like the way the Galio ult worked and so on. And so I appreciated that as a viewer. So.
That's a bonus of being a play-by-play caster who switched and I started doing more coloring, so that's kind of what a color's job is, to go back through and describe what.
I find it one of the most impressive things. I've tried casting, and honestly, the problem is I process team fights poorly, and to me, it's all just like crazy nonsense. So well done on that. Let me message the other captain here, and then Big Mike. Ready for match 3.
Bum bum. Well, Piltover. One more chance. Zon. Piltover does not like Zon right now. Not even the
glorious
least.
Zon are coming in to roll their thunder through.
Not if Mixism has something to say about that.
What does Mixism have to say
It's
about
okay.
I don't know what he has to say about it.
Clifton, you're Piltoverian, aren't you?
Maybe. It depends if they win this one or not.
Oh, okay. Is that what's going on here? So we have the caster fight going on now of Piltover and Zon.
Caster fight, indeed. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go chat with some of the players informally while they set up the match. Just see what they say.
You're a chat.
Hey, guys. That's a bit noisy. There's a vacuum there. I will try Piltover first. Hey guys, it's Cupcake.
What?
I'm sneaking in.
Hi, Cupcake.
How are you guys?
Doing good.
Tough match, but a fun one to watch, and I think very close.
I had a sad life.
I wanted to mention something I mentioned on stream. Since the first issue of the Herald is coming out this weekend, I'd like to have some kind of interviews with players and stuff. We might do like a little kind of in-universe piece for the Herald. So if you have any thoughts on the matches they go, like, oh, this was a really cool moment, or I think in this match we should have done X, or I think we did a good job of doing Y, jot down those notes because I'll be emailing later. Do you guys have any impressions at the moment?
Bad Dragonsteel, though.
Yes, that was remarkable.
Bad Dragonsteel, that's all.
How about the Quadra?
You can quote me
Nobody
on
has
that.
love
Oh
for
yeah,
the
and the
top laner.
Quadrico.
The
That was
Dragonsteel
cool
and the
too.
Quad, that was pretty much our high moments of the match.
There's a mix of them.
Yeah, it told me
was
the game is
glorious.
full.
I don't know what the password is. Chops.
Oh yeah, Cupcake, are you going to be streaming this one, or shoutcasting? There he is.
I am going to be streaming again, because it's fun.
Okay.
Yep.
And let's see, I think we're about ready to start. This one's Piltover versus Zon. Ooh.
Yeah, this should be fun.
Yay.
Oh.
No, they don't have quite as big of a wall as Demacia does, so We do have a better chance against them late game, mid-late, but
Yeah.
we can't let them build up a wall like Demacia.
Okay, I will link the stream there, and then... Oh, there's a Reddit thread. Go. You can also add
God.
post-match comments on the Reddit thread.
Shit, I'm gonna be playing against my duo partner. Oh my god.
Oh no.
That's okay. You should know his playstyle. So
Yeah, he's amazing at AD
Get in his
carry.
mind, yo.
his playstyle is that he's amazing. Okay.
Don't worry, he said he'll be
Eric-
trying to kill my AD carry.
Oh, okay, great.
And
I feel
confused.
without me.
I feel
Confused by
great.
asking him what color mangoes are.
Yeah, mango color.
Yeah, I think we're not doing too bad for having to down sub. So I mean,
No.
Hey.
I think if we have good enough picks, if we
Yeah.
pick the right champions against them, we should be fine. They're not that scary. I don't fear them.
it's not as scary as Demacia. Like if there's any team comp that truly counters us, it is Demacia with their crazy lockdown and
Especially
just-
their recent
just
pickup
wall.
with Kale. Kale basically screws over all of us.
yeah. That Jarvan Galio
yeah.
combo. Oh, the AOE hurts.
Yeah.
Okay, is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like we're starting. All right, I'm gonna hop back into the chat and restart the stream. All right, guys, I'm going to
The
restart
mid lane's
stream.
also pretty. No. Okay.
What'd you say?
I'm about
He
to.
just said that he was tired of hearing your voice and that. I'm just kidding.
Dan, you're
That-
the one who's
that
asking
is
me
not true.
questions.
All right, I'm gonna restart the stream so we can get a clean cut. Just a moment.
You're